flow that I do pretty much day in and day out. If I only have a few minutes on my mat, or if I'm warming up for a longer practice. So you're going to want to have at least 2 blocks. I'm a very tall person, I have long arms. I still like to bring the ground closer to me, especially in the beginning of a practice. And you just want to set them at the top of your mat. And we're going to start in a child's pose position. You can also start in a comfortable seat, that's fine if your knees are not comfortable first thing. You can also always take a blanket or a pillow between your shins, your calves, and the back of your thighs. But I like to start in a nice wide knee, big toes together, and I simply walk forward, arms relaxed, sometimes bring a block to the forehead, maybe 2 blocks. It's not necessary to get all the way to the ground unless you're comfortable. Begin by drawing in a breath of about 4 and exhaling to match that to about a 4 count. Notice if there's any tension in the face, the jaw, the shoulders. Perhaps if you're on a block or 2, you begin to move them away, getting a little closer to the ground. Feel free to find any movement that's comfortable here. Maybe swishing the hips from side to side. Roll the forehead across the mat, perhaps, or find stillness. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Again, finding any tension you're feeling in the body. Seeing if you can soften into those parts, perhaps the hip creases, the back of the neck. Perhaps you're drawing deeper breaths now, finding a 5 or 6 count inhale, and exhaling to match. Finding this for as long as you're comfortable, and when you're ready, inhaling up, pushing your hands into the mat, looking forward and beginning to draw yourself up to hands and knees. Often we have our hands right underneath the shoulders. If it's a little bit more comfortable to have your hands just out in front slightly, that's fine as well. Spreading the fingers wide but not bringing any pain into the wrists. Knees are underneath hips. Find a neutral spine. Draw your belly button up toward your spine, looking just in front of your mat. So we have a nice long spine from crown of the head to the tailbone. And as you inhale, dropping the belly, raising the chin, the chest, the tailbone will follow. Exhaling, rounding your spine, chin to chest, tailbone again will find its way under. Inhaling at your breath pace. Exhaling, rounding the spine, pushing the ground away, spreading the shoulder blades. Inhale down, chin up. Exhaling, pushing away. Finding a few more rounds of this. Exhaling. Perhaps closing the eyes. Inhale, find that neutral spine. If your hands aren't already out slightly in front of your shoulders, go ahead and walk them out an inch or 2 so that your hands are just in front. Curl your toes. Find that neutral spine again. Really firm up the arms, but find a little softness in those elbows. You don't want to pop the elbow joints out. Looking again, just in front. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, hover the knees. Push the ground away. Toes are curled under. Take a big breath in. Exhale, pushing into the ground. Lift your hips up, keeping a soft bend in the knees. Perhaps you need to walk your stance forward or back a little bit. Feet are about hip distance apart. Making any adjustments you need to here. Finding your first inversion and down dog. Few breaths here. Again, knees can be bent deeply or lightly. Perhaps you paddle out the feet. Bending one knee, straightening the opposite. Walking the feet. Shifting those hips. Pushing into the ground. As you take a breath in, maybe raise your head up, and as you exhale, let your chin fall toward your chest, letting the ears fall between the arms. When you go upside down, it's very common to bring tension into the jaw, so notice if you're bringing some stress to the face. Getting a smile. On your next inhalation, raise your heels up, bend your knees, begin to look toward your hands, and keeping your knees bent, begin to walk, tiptoeing up toward the top of your mat, raising up, and when you need to, and you can no longer walk any farther, bring your hands toward your feet, finding a ragdoll. Bending your knees as much as you need to, so belly meets thigh, and draping yourself over your legs, perhaps swaying from side to side. You can grab opposite elbows from here, letting gravity pull you a little closer. Begin to notice the four corners of your feet, perhaps bringing a little bit more weight into the balls of the feet. This is another opportunity where you can pedal out the knees, bending one knee, straightening the opposite, and keeping the heels down. This will work the hips. Feels good in the hamstrings. Find some stillness. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And your next inhalation, we're going to find a halfway lift, drawing our hands up towards our shins, our knees, or our thighs. Finding a nice tall spine, crown of the head is reaching forward. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, find that halfway lift. Engaging the legs, bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees a little bit more, and rise with a flat back, very slowly. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center in prayer. Perhaps you tiptoe your feet a little bit closer together, or leave them as they were. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Reach up tall, reach out of the hips. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, pull the hands through heart center. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Soften those knees, protect your low back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, grab those blocks. We're going to have them on either side of the mat. Plant that left foot and step your right foot back for a low lunge. So you really want to frame that foot. If your arms are way out here, walk those blocks back. As you inhale, we're going to use the blocks, posting our hands. Slowly draw that right knee down. It can come a little bit. It can come all the way down, but bring your chest forward and up. Finding a hip stretch. Keeping those hands planted. As you exhale, we're going to lift that back knee, pull the hips back and up as we straighten the left leg and fold over the left leg. Inhale, bend your right knee, come forward, chest rises. Exhale, pull the hips back, straighten the left leg. Pull that left leg back into space. Inhale, right knee down, rise up. Exhale, pull the hips back. One more round. Inhale, right knee down. Exhale, pull the hips back and up, straighten the left leg. Inhale, right knee down, chest lifts. From here, lift that back knee, really plant the left leg, and we're just going to step the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. drive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, opposite side, plant your right foot, step your left foot back, hands framing that right foot. Inhale, drop the left knee, chest comes forward and up. Exhale, push into those blocks, pull your hips back and up, right hip back, straightening the right leg, only as much as is comfortable. We don't want to hyperextend. Inhale, drop the left knee. Exhale, pull the hips back. You can have a deep bend in that right leg, but see if you can pull the right hip back. You should feel the hamstrings turn on. Inhale, left knee down. Exhale, pull the hips back and up, folding over. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your right knee, looking forward, press into those blocks, plant that right foot, make sure you got a good step, and left foot meets right. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. So that is my warm-up. It takes about 10 minutes, and I always feel a little bit better, and I'm ready to run, I'm ready to do weights, I'm ready to do a full practice. But if you don't have time for sun salutations, it's a great way to start your day.